Hello, my name is Corey Latham, and I'm a teacher at Hendricks Elementary School, and I teach an MOID special needs class, um, K through 5. So this class, it ranges from ages 5 through 12. And the grant proposal that I'm proposing is called Virtual Community Adventures for Special Education Students. So I just want to go through some things and talking about this grant that I would like to have for my class and the school, really. So, this is the problem that we're solving. We're solving real world learning. Real world learning is limited for our students. So, there are a lot of limitations, but for this particular video, I'm going to be talking about specifically field trips. Or community-based instructions, CBI trips, transportation staff, safety concerns, limited access, students, and students miss out on real-life learning experience. So we'll have CBI trips, community-based instruction. And what these trips consist of is us being able to go and load the students up, take them to places like your local grocery stores, Walmart, Home Depot, Kroger, all these different things, kind of trying to give the students real life experiences. And so, but this is tied into the curriculum though. So it's not like we're just out of the blue picking something. We want to go take a trip. No, it's lined up with the curriculum. So if we're talking about money and the price of things, so this would be an example where we have a shopping list and we research how much everything costs. And so when the students go to, when we take the students to this field trip or the CBI trips, they have their list and we're trying to teach them real world experiences. They have to look up there on the aisle and see where the dairy section is, where milk is going to be, where all the essential things that we wrote down in class. And then they have to check it off and stuff like that. Some of them have to use devices. So that's the problem that we're solving. The solution is XR experiences. So XR brings real world into the classroom. So with this particular one, assembler, what I would like to do is it helps us with these trips. So if you don't know special needs children, right? So this particular class I'm in is an MOID class. So this is a lower functioning class. So in the same class, I have students that can do double digit addition and subtraction. Who can read, who can sound, who know their sounds, they can sound out words and all of this. And then in the same class, I have students that don't know what sit down and stand up mean, literally. And all this is in the same class. And a wide range from ages 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all that in one class. So all these different disabilities in one class, and even if students have the same disability, they still can be very, very different. So that's kind of like a background. So how we will use the funds for this. So we'll be able to get tablets and for students, a similar classroom sites license, teacher training. This is very important. Mobile charging stations and custom lesson design time. So how I envision this is we still want to go on these trips. It's just the county only allows you to do 2 of them a year. So you will go and you have to pay the bus drivers. These are just things that we've always done, but because of a lot of changes from up top, well, that makes it to where we can only do 2 a year. And as you know, with any students, particularly special needs students, you can't do something for one time and then think they got it. You don't do that with general ed kids. But what we can do with these different XR devices, we can bring the CBI trips to them. And we can do this with the zoo. We can do this with the other CBI trips. We can do this with going to parks and all of that, because I know we focus on, a lot of times we focus on, in education, we focus on making sure the students have an equal and a fair share, and they're getting the same education as general ed students, and they afford the same opportunities. But the truth of the matter is, we can set up the classroom so we can say they have the same opportunities, but really, at the end of the day, once the students are past 21 years old and they are out of the public school system, they're going to be living out there in the world way longer than they ever were here in school. And we have to prepare the students from the end to the beginning. Like, we have to see, okay, where are you going to be potentially, what you're going to be doing at 28 years old, at 40 years old? Because see, their parents now who are maybe 25 or 30 or 33 years old, they're not going to be 33 20 years from now. You're going to have a 70-year-old mama and a special needs child is 30. You see, so that's what we need to be thinking about. Not, it's very easy to get caught up in the beginning. So with our population of students, we have to go from the end to the beginning. We need to be able to get them as independent as possible. Okay? So innovation plus educational value. What makes this special? So real world practice with zero risk. That's important. Because there can be some risk factors, when they're going out, but you can't run from the risk. It's just we give them more practice and more experiences sitting in the classroom, so when they do go out, we're able to greatly reduce the possibilities of the risk, because they've had practice. That's the big key thing. Our students have to have practice. They can't just practice writing their name one day and think they have it. Or they went to a mall one time. They rode on the elevator one time. No, we have to do this regularly for them, just like everybody else. Customizable and culturally responsive. Prepare students for real independence. Aligned to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Final message. Thank you for supporting innovative special education. Let's give our students the real world tools they need right in the classroom. So that's just my motto. We need to be able to start from the end to the beginning. When I'm saying at the end, I mean like as adults. Where do we want them to be? And we need to start trying to prepare them for the world that they're going to be in, because I hate to say it, but I have to say it. While the students are in school and at home, aside from that, outside of school and being at your house, nobody cares that a person has special needs. They don't. They have their own problems. So the way we cater and love on our students and support them, honestly, that's not the real world. Okay, we do that because we're teachers. We take care of them, and they have their parents and their guardians at home. But outside of that, they're not going to get that. So this technology right here, I feel like, will help expedite the learning that they're going to need. I've been teaching this particular class for 8 years. This is my 8th year in this class. So we're finishing up the 8th year, about to go into the 9th. And some of these students I have taught in my class from age 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These same students that were with me starting at 5 years old are now 12. And their parents want them to be retained so they can stay with me one more year because of their comfort level and stuff like that. That's not the real world. You're not going to have the same teacher for 7, 8 years, but this has been the case. And we need, with with technology like this helps us to better prepare our students for the outside world, not just our special needs students. And this is not just for the class that I teach, but for everybody. Okay, because you'd be very surprised at how many students who haven't gone to a sit-down restaurant, who haven't been exposed to this just on TV. So as educators, our call is to really teach them. My mother, who's a retired educator, she taught, I guess, maybe 34, 36 years, especially at high school and music. She told me you don't just teach the child the academics, you teach the whole child. And I feel like through all these years and decades, we've kind of gotten away from that. It's gotten more about testing and how much money each kid brings into the school, and more testing and more testing. And okay, what do test scores look like? But we've gotten away from teaching the whole child. Because at the end of the day, the reason why any of us are in this is supposed to be because of the kids. All right. That's all I got. Thank you. Bye.